everybody? Hope you all having a great day. It's your boy C Wood back with another one. So I wanted to do a video discussing the current state of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and what I feel they need to change or nerf in order for players to stay with the game and even come back. And first up, you already know we got old Danny boy. So Danny's tampering and knowledge gaining ability is a little bit OP in my perspective. Him being able to just tamper everything downstairs in the basement, then run upstairs and go tamper the fuse or pressure valve is just a little bit OP to me, right? I've came across many matches where Danny players, if you know how to use them correctly and you can, avoid the family, it's an easy win, especially with using Danny. You could run around and just tamper everything. So there definitely needs to be some sort of nerf to that. And it's crazy because they nerfed the pressure valve so that it would depressurize. Then they nerfed the fuse box so that it could be turned off a little sooner. But they put Danny into the game and he can just tamper them and you can't turn them off. So we'll see what they do with that. But I feel like his ability needs to be, maybe he has to actually go through the mini game instead of just being able to click it and it turns on if he has enough knowledge gain. Like he should have to go through and actually take his time to turn the objectives on. But his ability with being able to leave exits open, I don't think that's going to sit right with people for that long. Maybe people will stop using them as much, but if they start to nerf perks and players, then Danny, his ability is probably going to be at the top of the charts, just to say. So next up, we have family. So from the family side, we got Johnny. They nerfed Johnny. They took away his lunge. Then they brought it back because players were like, hey, I can't even hit anybody. Like if my body is not touching the victim and I swing, he's going to miss. He has no lunge. So they added back a fraction of the lunge, which it seems pretty good. Now I actually used him on this video. You can see right here. And he's not that bad. The only thing that I don't like about Johnny is that he can't do anything before the victims come upstairs or before Grandpa wakes up. His blood collection is not great at all. I think he gets like 16 blood per full bucket off of his base attribute for blood harvesting. So he can't lock any doors. He can't set out any traps. The only thing he can do is track their feet where they went. And that's only when victims are, basically jogging, running around and things like that. Other than that, his ability is useless. So they need to come up with something else for Johnny to do so that he can aid to the team before the victims start opening up exits to come upstairs. Next on the list, we have Nancy. Nancy's traps, first of all, let's just say this. Number one, her poison effect. They have got to change that, right? Where she poisons you when she hits you, that is I don't know why they added that. I understand. I think Sissy has something similar to that, but it's ridiculous. She hits you and you can't even really run. You're tripping all over the place, and don't let it be two family members on you and she hits you. You're not going to be able to run that fast. So you're basically done. Once Nancy starts hitting you and she has those, I think it's poison swings. I don't even know what it is, but once she hits you, oh, that's it. So they definitely need to change that. And her traps, with other family members being able to go and knock her traps down, I don't know who let that slip and make it to the game. But that's just like saying if a family member walks on hitchhiker's traps, they gonna get stuck in it, right? That's kind of silly that they did that. So those two things with Nancy, those poison swings and her traps being able to be knocked down by other family members, they got to change that. All right, next up, we have the maps. So the family house map, I don't even know what they can do with it at this point. Maybe they'll make it a little bit bigger. Maybe they'll add another exit. I don't know. But for victims playing family house, I feel like it is very difficult on that map. And not a lot of victims are going to escape, especially if there is a cook and a hitchhiker in the game. Don't even let it be a Cook, Hitchhiker, and a Nancy. You're not escaping. I can tell you this because Hitchhiker is going to set his traps at the base of both stairs. Nancy is going to set her traps all throughout, like the gaps and things like that, the common gaps. And Cook is going to lock all the doors, the 2 front doors and the back door, right? Because if you think about it, Family House has 3 main doors. Those 2 doors that lead to the front of the house and that 1 door that leads to the back of the house. And Cook has 3 locks to lock all 3 of them. So the only other option you have is to jump through the window. And if a family member hears you, then you got to hurry up and book it over to the well, jump down the well, and then you can go back and jump out that window again because the family member won't hear you the second time around. But that's a nice task that you'll have to do just to try to escape. But hey, in my opinion, it's just too small of a map. Next up, we have perks. So there are a lot of useless perks on this game, right? A lot of useless perks, especially the ones that give you like that perk called Ran Track, where it gives you endurance. You know, if you get it to level 3, you get 7 more endurance. And, you know, some of those perks is like, why is this in the game? Right? Sneaky Pete, your stealth is increased by 3. If you get to level 3, it's increased by 7. Why would I waste a perk slot on getting more attribute points put towards, you know, stealth or endurance or strength or something? No one's ever going to do that, right? At least I don't. When I go into lobbies, I don't see people running perks that give them additional points towards like their endurance and things like that. So it's just perks like that where it's like, hey man, y'all could take that out and add something else in, you know, in my opinion. But they definitely need to take out some of those useless perks, man, because they're just there. Some of them will never get used ever. So next up, we have content for the game. And so this game released in August 2023. Since then, it has had 1 new map added and 1 victim, 1 family member, right? Danny, Nancy, and Nancy's house. Now, I get it. It's been about 5 months. Gun came out with this game. They had to do a lot of corrections. They had to do a lot of tweaks and nerfs. I get it. We want new content, man. You know, after you play these maps so many times, because there's only like, what, 5 in rotation right now, I think. So after you play these maps, you're like, okay, now what? What's next? You know, I done played this same map 80 times. And not to mention that when you rank up to level 99, what do you even get? I see people going and farming points. Now, unless they are doing that to rank up different perks that they have, I don't see a reason that people keep, like I saw this guy kept stabbing grandpa the other day, and he was coming and stab me and then stab grandpa, and then, you know, getting door slams, and then he was at the front gate just playing around like, okay, I get it. Maybe he just wants to do that to play around, or maybe he's just doing that to try to farm points. I don't know. But when you get to rank 99, what are you doing? You don't get anything, right? This game has no reward for the hard work that you put in. No reward. They give you a picture that you can go see on Google, right? So in my opinion, there needs to be more content. There should have been certain perks that you can get based off of your level, not your player level, but your actual level in the game, right? You reach level 50, boom, here goes you a perk that grants you 0% health deduction if you're hit the first 3 times or something like that. You know, that should have been like, oh yeah, he reached rank 50, he has this perk. He reached rank 75, now he has this perk. That would make people, you know, want to rank up more and play the game more because they're going to benefit from all that hard work that they're putting in. But right now, once you get once you get 1 person ranked up, you could just use the attribute points on all of those players. I mean, you could just keep re-rolling it and say, oh, I don't want to play with this person right now. Yeah, you have to rank up all the perks, but you can easily unlock every perk on a skill tree for any person. It doesn't matter. what rank you are in the game. So to me, it's like they should have thought about that a little bit more, right? But again, they came out with the new maps. They came out with the Nicotero Leatherface outfit, and that's another thing to touch on, the outfits, right? They could have did something more with the family outfits other than just saying, here, we're going to give you this outfit that has blood on it, right? Maybe it's just me. I don't know much about game development, but I don't feel like it's that hard for them to come up even with some different clothes for these family members, right? Just like how they did on the victims where they just basically swapped the colors out. I feel like they could have did the same thing for family members and just gave them, you know, some unique colors or styles of clothes or something like that. And last but not least is that good old lobby dodging, man. So lobby dodging in this game is just so horrific. It makes you not even want to play the game. I'm going to be honest, man. Trying to load in as a victim is damn near impossible, especially if you're playing late at night. You're not getting in no match, you know. Find myself waiting 5 and 10 minutes when I play the game late at night as a victim, and it makes me not even want to play it at all. So maybe they need to incorporate some sort of timer, which once 7 people are in the lobby, you have 10 seconds, and then that's it. In my opinion, they just have to figure something out with this. I think the lobby dodging thing will ultimately ruin the game if they don't figure something out. Seriously, that's just how bad it is. I should not spend 5 to 10 minutes of my time trying to wait just to get into a lobby. And I know players who play Dead by Daylight has been dealing with things like this for a while. I know the lobby timers over there can be a bit lengthy, but this ain't Dead by Daylight. All right, guys, so let me know what y'all think about this, man. Leave your comments below. Hey, man, they got to do something to fix this game, man. But anyway, I'll catch y'all on the next one.